Hey everyone, Voice of Reason 467 here. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not too sure how you can not know about this, Alabama just recently went ahead and decided to go ahead and pass its anti-trans legislation built upon specifically religious theocratic measures. And don't take my word for it, the entirety of the legislative push as well as the passing of it was referenced by God in the Bible, which is a clear violation of separation of church and state. And something I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about, I want to go ahead and rope the Don't Say Gay bill into this, because these two bills are connected in a fashion. Now, for those of you who might be in the comments section going, have you even read the bills? First of all, yes, I have. I'm very well aware of what the bills say. The bill in Alabama basically bans transgender surgery or any kind of transgender transitioning from any doctor to being able to participate in it, which is effectively insane, you know. And the legislature there who actually put that forward, as well as the politician pushing it forward, have both irrevocably referenced the Bible. So I think it's important to understand this and why the one in Florida is connected. Because you see, the thing about this Don't Say Gay bill, which, let's be perfectly honest, it's about eliminating sexual education from the curriculum entirely. It's a stepping stone. It means that they can eliminate any kind of sex education from a certain age onwards. They can keep pushing that over and over and over again. They can keep pushing the age up and up and up until it's like one in which you won't even have sex education at all. And they can keep pushing the boundaries on that regard. And the reason why this is, by the way, is entirely based upon a theocratic agenda. I want to make this very clear here, because this has been something that I think a lot of people have been missing with regards to these culture war issues. These culture war issues aren't just being pushed by conservatives, run-of-the-mill types of individuals. No, this is being done specifically by a group called The Family. For those of you who don't know, The Family, and they go by many names, sometimes they go by the name of Fellowship, other times they go by the names of the Friends, but overall, they are a theocratic cultish group that separates people in an effort to push a specific political agenda. They've been power brokers behind the scenes for the past 40 to 60 years. In fact, in the last 70 years, or I might even call it the last 100 years, there has been an effort to desecularize the nation, and the family has been directly in part of that within that timeline. Right? Probably not over the course of 100 years, but I think over the course of the last 70 years, specifically when the group was founded. The entire point of this is to actually push these kinds of things. And in case you think I'm being conspiratorial, look up their connections with the Intelligent Design Institute and the Creationist movement. They are part and parcel one and the same when it comes down to it here. There's quite literally a multi-generational project to turn America into a Christian theocracy. And that's something we should definitely be fighting back at with regards to the left. In fact, I think it's important to read a book called by Jeff Sherlett, called The Family. The secret power behind, was it the secret fundamentalism behind American power, I believe it's called. So it's important to understand these particular issues, because really, in all honesty, this isn't just about gay rights. This isn't specifically about trans rights either. This is all about specifically fighting against theocracy. And we got to understand this, and we got to push for this. Otherwise, this country is going to start falling apart at the seams here, because thus far, as far as I'm aware here, whenever their operatives are caught out in the open or whatever, they just wash their hands, do a little bit of media PR campaign and whatnot, and simply move along to the next person. It's very insidious. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot of water because I recently came back from the dentist. Got some stitches on my on there, a couple of teeth. I'm going to have them replaced with some fillings, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that we should start calling the Don't Say Gay bill the anti-sex education bill. That's what we should be calling it. We should be calling the bill that Alabama printed not only just anti-trans, but pro-theocracy bill. We need to go ahead and start hammering this home here, because unless we start doing this, unless we start making these people aware of everyone aware of what's going on here, of how our country is turning into a theocracy, according to the beliefs of these people, as well as the projects that they're all in, we're going to be losing here. And I want to make this very clear, because here's the thing here. Everyday average conservatives don't want a theocracy. Every average day Christians, even some of the fundamentalist ones to a large degree, don't want a theocracy. Why is that? It's because the moment they have it's a moment that when the theocracy is actually put into place, they will actively start persecuting other Christians, other conservatives or whatever. Because the theocracy doesn't just end with the institution of a Christian theocracy and the expelling of every non-Christian. It never ends, because it quite literally will go after Dominicans, it will go after Catholics, it will go after even other evangelical groups that aren't as evangelical enough of them. It's a never-ending quest of persecution. And if we don't want to start seeing this kind of shit, I think it's important that we take a stand against this and start naming it for what it is. Now, I'll have some links in the description below for you all to figure out what's what, who are the names, what to point this at, and all that stuff. But this is an important thing that we need to go ahead and be on ground for. We all need to understand that when it comes down to it, a theocracy is not good for anyone. Alright? And these people who are pushing these laws forward are trying to instill a theocracy. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these people had connections to the family, like the Alabama woman, and you know, not only that, the Trump administration. The Trump administration has connections to these people as well. The family is connected to Steve Bannon. They were also endorsed by the family as well. In fact, if you don't want to read the book itself, there's a great documentary on Netflix by the same name, but on the book itself, that goes over all of this information and actually updates quite a bit of the information as well to modern times, and lets us know exactly what's been going on, and it even tells you how involved they were with the Trump administration. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. I'm probably not going to be editing this video at all because of the emergency of it. I'm even going to be sharing this on BreadTube as well, just as a formal call to action, if you would. I don't know if I'm going to be getting any kind of feedback. I have no idea whether or not my message is going to be accepted at all, but I think this is important to note.